Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I have returned to read more encouraging poetry. I would like to begin by wishing you all a happy Easter. The first poem that I'm going to read is entitled An Easter Message. He has risen from the earth to a place of new birth, with arms raised as if to say, "Follow me into my girth." I know no better place to aim for than his holy lair, so I'm wishing you a happy Easter with a prayer. I hope that we can give each other the best and truest life, that we can touch tomorrow without disease or strife. We don't need chocolate bunnies, we don't need Easter bread, but we'll remain in hope until this disease has been shed. We can grow flowers in each other's hearts for the sake of love, and for that we don't have to wear no gown or glove. I hope that all the frontline workers finally get reprieve. When we get a cavitary space, then we can all breathe. He has written in the books of knowledge, from earth to a place of new birth. He's having breakfast with the champions of the earth, with all the elders who have left us to follow the morning sun, and all those who have fallen into the virus run. He has risen from the earth to a place of new birth, arms raised as if to say, "Follow me into my girth." The second poem is entitled Despite the Fear. We rise each morning to a new challenge, regardless of the last thing we said. As we give breath to new moments, we live and send our prayers up ahead. Trust in the goodness of people around you. We are all God's human counterparts, loving one another as best as we can. We could see a fresh new start. We are wondrous creatures of habit and change. Let's rearrange, so no one goes hungry or stays lonely in a world full of plenty. Here is my poesy. Sing your song, plant your flowers, put a rainbow on your windowsill. Sustain each other, be bread for one another. Make flour from your mill. Loving one another as best we can, we could see a fresh new start. We got 2 arms and we got 2 legs. I believe in the productivity of eggs. If you know someone who needs reassurance, fill their keg. See the glass half full, and if you happen to see it half empty, then fill it. Feel your feelings, shed your tears, but for the love of God, stay with it. Loving one another as best we can, we could see a fresh new start. Yes, we can. And I have one last poem to read this evening. It was written by a friend, a poet called John Herlihy, who writes for Authors Den, and the name of the poem is entitled Lonesome Spring. The season of hope is now a lonesome spring. Never before did it ever hold such melancholy bring. The early dawn still awakens us with its fresh light. But when night departs, darkness still lingers in sight. In the spring rain still comes the regular deluge, as we fold ourselves away in our houses for refuge. The buds still open slowly, bursting softly into bloom, while I sit here alone, confined to this single room. Yet there's always a yet. I still continue to hope. For my dreams are being protected without provoke. I know there's always a different way to think. As we edge forward, we cannot stand on the brink. As the twilight settles in and nighttime arrives, I know the promise of tomorrow will help us all survive. Thank you, John, for that wonderful poem. And now, for a little bit of music before I end the evening, I chose a song called What a Wonderful World because I truly believe that no matter what goes on out there, no matter how much heartaches we go through, how many loved ones we lose, still, when we look up in the sky and we see those beautiful studded stars at night, we gotta gasp and sigh because God created a wonderful world despite everything. So here it goes, What a Wonderful World by Katie Malua. Thank you for listening. Until we meet again, stay well, keep the faith.
Bright blessed day, and dark say goodnight, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
What a wonderful world. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening. Good night.